Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Hope everything is fine. Hope everyone is well out there. Today I'm out because what I've seen in my country, man, is so depressing, devastating, and it's so critical, and we're heading to a very dangerous position with our society, community, and the youth of our country. Get me? Now the youth of Gambia. Right now we are heading into a very, 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 very demising future. You get me? Due to the circumstances of the negligence of both parental discipline and guide and government. You get me? Governmental negligences. Yeah, these are two major negligence that is depriving our nation and is disturbing our country. And one is to be, attending to the youth. You get me? Now the Gambian youth, there is nothing for them for us, which is just prostitution and stealing. As a male youth, stealing is common. The crime rate is high. The prisons are getting filled. With age minors. Aging from 30 down. You get me? So this is crazy. I was rolling out at Senegambia today, and I see the way Nigerians are legally, selling themselves, prostitution, the system of prostitution taking place in our country, man. The government need to stand and do something, about this. Anywhere you go, you see prostitutes like shit. And Gambia, to be honest, we have culture, tradition, and religion and norms. The government is just, I'm neglecting this. The way Nigerians and Sierra Leoneans and other countries, the females are hustling in our country. You will never see no country or in Nigeria or in Sierra Leone, a Gambian will be just rampantly lying on the street selling themselves, in the name of, prostitution. You get me? This is so sad. We have to talk about it. And if you see, our youth and children too are copying the same style, man. In a sense, they legalize it in the country. What is our government sitting doing about this prostitution? You get me? About these Nigerians, man, these outsiders coming into our country, legally prostituting, on our streets, man. Come on, it's crazy. This is so devastating, man. It's so frustrating, man. All what I was saying in English is like, the infinital kediamu, Senegambia chakola kuola, and na Gambia funding kill la kuobe ton kanyami. Because ni ajibe bi, sungurunding on kambanding or bi, ni ajibe, sunya roll on kambanding on Zambian youth la method, due to the negligence of the government. Kulu o man soto suol kono sign. Ne sungurunding on Janajibe, Kotokoto Changaya, will be serious. Nigerian will be farin na sate kono boy. Chakaya be caring koboy katiyo sam marsero boy. Namasakunda, where is our government? Why are they not doing something about this? Instead of talking, I'm not just an artist. These are things, which are happening currently in our country. You get me? One has to stand and address this issue. You get me? For heaven's sake, you people of the diaspora, parents out there, you get me? Government officials, I'm calling you out. Come and save the streets from prostitution by these Nigerians and Sierra Leoneans and these aliens. You get me? Because at the end of the day, those bad habits gonna left a stain or a mark or a tattoo to our country and its youth. You get me? And any demising nation, the female are destroyed. If the female are destroyed, come on, where are the better leaders, man? Where are the mother of the better leaders? We don't get it. So this is very sad, and it's not political, it's not artistical. This is in the name of humanity. Islamic ways, is Christianity, in the name of Christianity. Man, one has to stand for this, man. If you turn to Senegambia, boy, you see women like lines, man, with no gap. They'll be lining with no gap, boy. Huh? I check the RGB, boy. Selling themselves 200, 300, boy. If our kids are seeing those kind of things, man, come on, man. What do you think they will copy? And what do you think they will learn? What do you think they will think this is the best life, this is the best way to hustle and bring for your family? And let parents at home be content with their kids and be content with what they have. Let them not force their girl child to be out there, in the street, in the night, asking her, forcing her. Your friend has do this for her parents. Why not you? What's your problem? Come on, don't push your kids into prostitution. Nigerians are feel in our streets. Sierra Leoneans feel on our streets. Selling themselves, boy. Come on, man. We have religions, man. Let the imams, the pastors, talk about this. Talk to the government. Let them step on this issue. This is very dangerous. I'm telling you, it's very dangerous because it increased the crime rate. When the male child see easy access to sleeping with a woman, 200, 300, man, he's an infant, less than 20 years, 18-year-old. You get me? What would be he thinking? What would he be thinking? You get me? And when he start once, taste the sweetness of a woman, you get me? He gonna go and find harder to come back tomorrow. You get me? And that guy is not capable. That kid is not capable of walking or having. He's just a mere student, just standing, 16, 17. You know what I mean? He end up stealing, man. Stealing, going, paying prostitutes, man. Making you a criminal. At the end of the day, my tool will touch you. When prisons touch you, man, you became a hardened criminal. Going in, fought back, you became a jailbird. At the end of the day, your life would be wasted and useless. Man, come on. We all are responsible for this. Let the government come out and talk about this. This is very serious. I'm really sad today. I'm really, really sad today. Okay, lima don wax dal si am angale moy am caga tubu bari si deka bi ni na government bi génna ak parents yi taxaw si suñ doomi si suñ ndawi réew mi ñu génna si lu ko indi fii yëpp Nigerian yaa ngi fees si biir dëkk bi yaa ngi line si biir dëkk bi kenn nekkul di talk about it nga xalaat jigéen nim see ñuy jaay seen boppa 200 nga dina tëddaa jigéen boy come on suñ dooyi ñoom tamit ñu ngi seetaan film yi ñu ngi foog ne ñoom mag lañ ay 16 15 years grade 7 grade 8 ñu ngi demaa ñoom ñu ñag yooyu xaalis lañ soxla xale bu ndaw dañoo dem ñu jox la seen bopp yow nga mos luy taat soo mosee luy taat ne xaay taat di nga amuloo yow nekkuloo buubu nekkuloo ceen nekkuloo golo nekkuloo guy at the end of the day saaca ngay def sa jàngo yaaxu na dugga nga si laafi caga bi ak dundal caga bi dundal caga te dundal caga nag neti affaire fa nekka mal tuula saaca wala ñu ree la wala nga ree nit lii moo si nekka perte rek la so lii moo tax ma ne la ne waajur yi tamit am nañ si fault buñ si am mooy lan am lu faatu indil jëndal yaaya toogu bu faatu jëndal yaayam nga ne yow sa doom Mariama mu jëndal la ko par force te yow xam nga ne faatu boobu liggéeyut yow xam nga ne sa doom boobu noonu Mariama liggéeyut yaa ngi understand faatu lim def ba def am loolu def ko yaayam xamuloo ko bul leen forcer seen doom yi di leen forcer si cagatu nit ñi dañooy dee bilahi caka yaa sembo wartañi banko kana sain man nsila dañin na bakele man na jiyanol jibe but be me findila to make this like pour ñinkuwo ay kuti pour albe minjelano live me findila bi wularo mbita city pop mbita Senegambia I'll be live for you people to see what's going on in our country. If you have anything to contribute, you can make your calls now. Binta Diva, I'm calling.
Yo.
Hello, Ben. What's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, man.
So, can you talk more about the? Sorry, I came super kind of late a little bit, but more about the issue you're talking about in terms of prostitution. And you said what location was going on?
Yeah, I'm Senegambia.
Yeah. But I have this other question, right? So on Clubhouse, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Clubhouse. So somebody was trying to insult me, right? They know I'm from Gambia, so they were trying to insult me. And one thing they said was, "Oh, in your country, you guys sell little kids, in the streets in prostitution." So and then the person put up an article, right? Like honestly, like I was honestly pissed off because I know that that's not true. Like we are a very majority Muslim.
It's true.
You
It's
know that,
true.
huh?
It's true. It's true. It's true. We
This,
sell children. We abuse girls. Parents parents nowadays, this new generation parents send their are not content again with
people
what
are
God
selling kids.
no, I'm telling you,
Where's this
Gambian
happening?
some parents
Where's this
some
happening at?
parents some parents are selling kids here. You get me? How are you selling them? You sending them out for them to hustle. Less than 16, 15 years, they are students. If you selling, forcing them to be feeding you and bringing something in the house when you know they're not working, man, they're gonna just go and spread their legs. That's all it got to be. And this is
Okay.
what is happening. And our government, these are the two major problems we are having with the Gambian youth, that they are going astray, which is the negligence of the government towards the Gambian youth, and parental guidings, towards their children. You get me? Because there is when the security of the nation is compromised, the youths will be, doing extra curricular activities,
But but but
going on.
prostitution, prostitution, if anything, is happening, let's say around Senegambia area, um them highways, or but anyway, Senegambia itself, that's a over 18-year-old location, right? So are you saying Gambian parents are sending their 16-year-old kids to Senegambia to work?
No, let me tell you one fact. Let me erase one fact. Fake belief you will be believing out there, you people of Europe and the diaspora out there. There is no age restriction here, Gambia, for girls. You get me? Which make it more dangerous. You get me? We are poor and hungry. You get me? And come on,
So
if you're not
are
content
16,
with your, excuse me, let me come.
sorry,
If you're not content with your, if you're not content as a parent with your hunger and poverty, you get me, you're gonna use your kids, as a means of finding, your ways, or survival. When depending on when the parent is a lazy parent and a wicked one towards the kid. But right now, the girl child in Gambia, man, is not safe anymore. There is not much even innocence in the age group of 16 or 15 towards 18. Like what I mean, innocent girls like virgin girls and all that. That's hard to find. In every 100, you have maybe 3 virgins. You get me?
Astagfirullah.
So this is very no,
Eh, what bad
no, don't
words,
laugh.
no,
It's serious. It's serious. Don't laugh. It's serious. This is
how about the
serious.
boys,
And
one
the
pack? Are
boys,
you talking about? Are you including the
and the
boys in
boys
there or the
too,
girls?
and the boys too. Come on, and the
Yeah,
boys
you're talking
too.
about the boys.
Remember, at your 16,
There's no
at your
virgin in
sweet
them,
16,
anyways. All the boys are not virgin.
at your sweet 16, at your sweet 16 as a boy, you think you are a man. You can do anything. You are at the climax of your youth. You get me? So having this rampant, uncontrolled prostitution around, you go and test
Okay,
a
I
woman.
have another
The
question.
woman is, I'm
Okay,
coming.
okay, okay.
A woman is very sweet. You get me? If you have one test of this of a woman, due to the rampant of the prostitution and the easy access to women, where there is no age restriction, man, you're not walking. Fatin Bulgarian camera. You're not working. You get me? The kid is not working. At the end of the day, he gonna steal from the parents. If he stole everything from the parents, he gonna be a thief out there. If he starts stealing out there, he gonna be an intoxicant user out there. Starting doing all that, he gonna be a convict.
But
Going in and out, forth and back. You get me? This is the reason the crime rate even is high. You get me? But kids whom are not even fit to sleep with a woman would be able to have $200, $300 to buy a prostitute and go have sex with her. That kid tastes that pussy. That kid tastes the sweetness of what that thing. Come on, what do you think he will do? You get me? He gonna steal, man. Where is the security? That's the negligence of the government allowing prostitution to take over too much like this. Especially Nigerians are too much in our country. There you will not get no Gambian rampant like
Yeah,
that in Nigeria.
I was
You know,
gonna
what I mean,
say that.
selling themselves. Excuse me, selling themselves like that.
Yeah,
You get me? So the government too neglected, their responsibility, to secure the nation from both humanitarian grounds, and basic laws, But right now, man, the thing is too much. So I'm gonna be in the night live on the street, seeing, talking to prostitutes, thieves, and drug abusers. You get me? Yeah.
yeah, you gonna have to interview
What's the
them.
next question?
So what's your goal? What's your goal with these people that you're gonna go talk to? What's the goal? The goal is to tell them to stop, right, and to live their life a better way.
No, I got no audacity of telling anyone to stop what you're doing, but I think, asking them, what leads them to it, because there's no, these people are all victim of circumstances. You get me?
Yeah.
These people, they are all victim of circumstances. No woman want to be a prostitute. But if you see they come here, what's their problem? You get me? Let them talk to the world. Let the world heard from them. Maybe the world can even assist them live this way. You get me? They can be. Farmers. They can be gardeners. They can be. Food vendors. They can be. But everybody deserves a chance. I think I gotta go into these people because I was on the street. Still I'm in the street. You get me? So I cannot be, I will never relent or relax or have peace till I see the streets going nice. You get me? If I can do it, they can do better. So, going to the streets, asking them, talking to them, let them say their feelings or what made them to do what they are doing now. You get me? You get me? So that people can feel their pain, absorb and compartmentalize their problems, deal with it as an issue, bringing a solution to it. I think this is our responsibility. It's all of our responsibility. You get
Yeah,
me?
I
We
agree.
educate, yeah, we advocate, educate, entertain, sensitize, and protect the undefiled brain. You get me?
Yeah.
But the crime rate is too much. The Gambian youth is heading into a very demising future. Um, 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 Especially when it comes to drug consumption now. You get me? Any kind of drugs is here, and it's no control. You get any kind of drugs in Gambia, I'm with easy access. You get me? I've been there, done there, man. I don't want my kids, man. My little junior wants to fall, like that. You get me? I just come out miraculously, so my life had a purpose. God don't trust me for nothing, to leave the streets. So I gotta talk and go and show the world the streets right now.
Yeah, so I guess it comes down to the parents also raising the kids. And in term, yes, I agree with the point that there's a lot of foreigners in the country that do contribute to prostitution in the country, and all of Gambia gets blamed for it. Um, it's very embarrassing when they talk about prostitution in the world or Africa. Gambia always comes up, and we're so tiny and so little. Um, and we all know that only happens because Gambia is it's the closest country to England that can actually speak English. So a lot of tourists, a lot of white people or other people, they come to our country because it's easy access. It's an easy, fast vacation for them. And then yes, there's a lot of young people that see this as an opportunity and put themselves, pretty much sell themselves, whether it's a man or a woman, right? Just deal with these people just for the resources or whatever. But anyways, I blame the tourists that do come to our country to use they know the desperation that's going on in the country, and they try to use people. And I blame the government minister of tourism, Ahmed Bahir.
Yeah, this is the reason. This is the reason I said the demising and the falling of Gambian youths to their demising is major, two major negligence. home training, and government security compromise on the street. You get me? The crime rate is getting too much. Last week, I'm from mile 2, man. The rate is like 2,900 and something. This is blocked. It's blocked. Both the remand and the convict. And in mile 2, if the total rule is above 1,000 is blocked. Maybe the time where the rule was like how to maintain it was like gonna be 700. You get me? Because you have you have six cells in main yard. You get me? As for the males,
Well,
you have
yeah.
you have 11 cell. You have 11 no 10 11 12. You have 12. You have 12 at the remand, which is just 2 foot, 2 foot the size. You get me? So it's crazy. It's crazy. The confinement is single. It's crazy.
But you know
When those
what,
places
Gambian
are
people,
filled up,
we have to take
it's crazy, man.
we have to take accountability for our own actions. If any Gambian citizen is out there and you're acting up and you're behind in life and you're not, that's your own fault, right? So if we're saying that there's other foreigners that we know, Gambia, a lot of foreigners came in the country because of war, civil wars, and they're in our country. So that's a good thing. You know, we're being good supporters, right? But if the negative side, I hope we can kill the negative side. That's when it comes down to the government. The the problem is we have corrupt fucking government. Like what the drug squads, I remember them standing in Gambia. All they do is rob people. All they care about is try to find somebody that looks like you have weed. They will stop you and then they will brag. They're gonna tell you you're gonna have to pay me or I'm gonna take you to court and whoop diddy do all that shit. That's what they do. So
Yeah,
everybody in Gambia is
yeah.
corrupt.
For those part, for that part, I can't say much about it. You get me? But it is the fault of the government. The negligence of
They work for the
from the
government.
government the government has made a big error when they neglected the youth of the country. That's where they make the big error. You get me? And you get me? In every 10 years, you have new batch of generations, I mean, which come with different mind. But for now, I mean, this is the modern generation. People keep killing each other in Gambia. Girls getting into prostitution and drug abuses. You
Because
get me? Any kind
there's
of
no work in the country. Like
shopping
they're not
pills and all,
providing
which
jobs.
the government has been neglected that because every man at the top is just, I mean, trying to hustle, I mean, for his or her own pocket. So we who has elect them and put them there, I mean, we are forgotten. So we are the main victims here. So government-wise, we the parents has the more problem. Either being the mother, father, brother, sister, senior, youngster, getting into a mess. Stop judging him or her. Try to put him back on track and let him let the person be relevant on its course and all that. But at the end of the day, we don't have this. This major negligence bringing the demising of the youth of this Gambia right now. Prostitution and stealing is the deal here.
All
Look
right,
at the
but who?
CCTV cameras. Look at the CC cameras. How when they caught thieves attempting to break in their compound. You see, these are kids, man. These are
But
kids.
you know what?
You
They
know what I
need to
mean?
allow people to own guns because if I'm in Gambia in my house, somebody come and break in my house, I want to shoot them and I want them out. Like I want to murder somebody like on that level. So at the end of the day, I don't know what the government is gonna do if they're gonna have to allow people to own weapons in their household because these assholes are coming with fucking knives and scissors. And next thing they're gonna start. They just don't have guns yet. The moment they have access to guns, they're gonna come to your house with fucking guns and ready to fuck you up because these kids don't give a fuck about shit. I don't know if it's the fucking drugs. I don't know what it is, but they don't give a fuck. I
It's
think
the
it's the drugs.
drugs,
It's the
it's
drugs.
the drugs,
They're on
it's the drugs, it's the government, it's the parents, it's the drugs. And but what you're saying here, you don't know whether we will never have guns. May God forbid we have guns here. We have a heart to fight. We still bleeding. We wounded. Gambians are very wild. When we have a gun here, it's not good. We're gonna finish each other. But that's United States mind mentality. I
but
mean, let us
my guy,
use
if
our
somebody
Gambia.
comes in Gambia, it's not safe.
I'm telling you. And before all that gone thing, let the parents, it's not too late. Let the parents and the government work and work on the ground, and I mean, with their kids, you know what I mean, protect the undefiled brain, and you know what I mean, so make a control to these bad elements who are introducing bad habits Gambians don't know. You get me? And are getting into, and every beginner you make a noise, bigger noise than the old school are in there. Or you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Let the government facilitate more securities. If you don't have 18 years, they saw you around Senegambia, City Pop, around those bars, let them take you. And those Nigerians, let them be, you know, I mean, minimized on the street. Prostitution is not a legal job in the country, but it is very legalizing right now. They're not even hiding about it.
But when
You're gonna see everything tonight.
when you say Nigerians, some people could take that very offensively. So what do you mean? Like, so you're saying there should be less Nigerians in the country or less Nigerian criminals in the country?
No, what do you mean? Why you come again? Come again?
So when you say these Nigerians, right? Some people can take it. Some people can be offended by it, right? So my question is, are you?
No, no, no. I'm not looking for. I'm looking for who's offended, who's not. You know, I mean, what really matters here. You know, I mean, if let me be relevant and let me be whatever I was saying, let it be truth. And when it comes to the demising of my country and to take a part in the national development of my country, I'm not looking for thank you to no man. You get me?
Yeah.
Or I'm not looking no one's eye whether you angry or not.
Yeah.
All I give a shit is the truth.
But the thing
You
is,
get me?
you're
Hence, I
right.
know I'm telling the
It
truth.
comes down to
That they
the
are
police.
the majority. Nigerians are the majority. That's why
The
they
girls
carry the
or the
vote.
men? The girls or the men?
Man, the girls are here. The girls are more than the men population even here. The men, Nigerian men are hard workers. To be honest,
So a lot of the prostitutes in
they're not.
Gambia, the girls, where are they from?
Yeah, but the prostitutes in Gambia are Nigerians. The majority are Nigerians, and our Gambian girls are even stepping in harder now. You get me? They're stepping into drugs harder now. They're stepping into prostitution harder now, and they are less than 18. So what I mean, the negligence of the government, let the
18, less than
government patrol the
18.
streets. Less than 18, man. I can show you. I'm gonna be on street live tonight, everybody, to see this. What I'm saying.
Yeah,
You get me?
if you
I
catch
wish I had
somebody
a
less than
camera.
18,
I wish I had a camera.
that's the fly. I hope. Let's.
Yeah, so the problem of the government is like when they left the street like that, they had to bring out the force or the tax force, you get me, to be checking onto those kids.
But those
If you
people,
don't have an
they don't
18
do
there,
their job right. Like they have to have body cameras or something. They don't do their job right. That's what I'm
you
trying
know,
to tell.
me and you are not at the right position of saying,
I
criticizing they are not
experienced
doing
it. I
their right
experienced it.
job or they are doing their job. What I'm saying here right now, because I'm going cuckoo about this, you get me? It's like we don't have to fold our hands and say the government is not acting. Before the government will know, we will be first victimized, and the government will step in, and it will be
Can I
too
give you a
late.
case?
This government, or every African government, they are all the same.
All right,
You get me?
I
May
wanna.
God help us. But we on the streets and people of the streets or people of this country, we have to get up and fight this out. But today I'm not gonna be on live. You see, age of 16s, man, how they are champion prostitutes. You know,
Government police suck.
shit.
Government police can't do their job. They don't know how to do shit but stand on the highway and saying hi to people. That's what they do. Like that's it. But at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
who we're gonna I wanna show you a great example, right? There was this video of this old white man, this disgusting looking ass man, right? So he got caught with a girl that's like an under 9 years
You know
old.
what you're gonna do? You're gonna hang up. You're gonna hang up. You're gonna hang up and call back because my volume is low. I can't get you clear.
All right. Okay, all right, you're good.
Yeah. So the moment you know. Bilahi, bro. This is too much, you know. Bilahi, boy. Boy, nagis hale in daw, boy. Hale in daw, man. Boy, boy. Hale in daw, boy. Bilahi, wala talay, boy. Nanda maderagal, boy. Yun din am na ay dom yu jigéen, boy. Bala 18 years, nyo naka la nyo mail, boy. Bilahi, kung nyo sundi ka saga nyo, boy. Ndik chagatu ag drug boy daw ni, bro. You know what I mean, boy? Boy. He dafa over me, boy. Bilahi. Bilahi. You know, I can't understand this. You know, yeah. I don't know whether you getting me loud and clear. You know, my digger. Hmm? If my volume is okay, just write to me, please. Is my volume okay? Yo, Arms.
Wow.
Yaa my digger.
Wow, man dama wàcce liggéey nii maa ngi nii si boss bi so maa ngi dem nii kër
So
waaye
right
su ma
now my
wàccee kër
volume, I don't know what's wrong. My volume is someone called local call just interrupt my thing and the volume just went low. So I don't get you clear. You guys will be getting me clear. But I'm shocked and sad,
yow
man.
ñu ngi laa
You know what I mean? Our street is changing. Everything is fucking up, man.
ñu ngi laa
Boy,
dégga
ndo nyunge yahu, bro. Ndo yange yahu, bro.
waaw
Bro, ndo yange yahu, bro. Te pagi koto yeg magi yepa si boka, boy. And some bad Gambian elders didn't use the advantage of their innocence, poverty, hunger, sleeping with their, moromi domi, li dafa crazy, government be warna nyo gina, boy. You check to be nge neka ada chosan ak dine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yéen a ngi maa dégga bu baax
Yeah.
ok si boss bi laa nekk nag loolu tax da ngeen maa baalal rek because dama bëgg a contribute tamit si topic bi ngeen nekka
Hello.
ma ne dama bëgg a contribute si topic bi ngeen nekka ok yéen a ngi maa dégga
Yeah, you like Digga. I don't know about one fact, but we can hear you.
Okay.
No.
Wow, sister, gis ngeen dëkk
Mangi dégga ndanka, wow.
Gambia ni moo demee mooy ñi nga war a bile moo nekk suñ téeren si number one number two nga dem si government bi si boppam you understand waaye comme Tupac li moo wax ni foreigners yi di ñëw si dëkk bi ñoom ñoo tax suñ jigéen suñ xale yi mel noonu non déedéet si kilifa yi la you understand because of
Kilifa yi la man si kilifa yi la bro kilifa yi ñaaka ne ñoo mandu man non li ma miin si foreigner yi tamit am ñun Gambian bi du dem si dëkki foreigner yu fi nekka ina mean ñu ne dañooy cagatu legally foofu boy yaa ngi understand so loolu laa wax ne government bi dañ war a génna ina mean ñu buub ñii boy génnee ñii si mbir bi boy ina mean cagat waruta am licence fii
Let him finish.
góor jigéen waruta am licence lesbian waruta am licence fii yaa ngi understand fii du Europe ñun dañ am culture aada cosaan tradition and naam you get me te ñun dañ Christian lañ wala Muslim lañ we are no pagans or Judas you get me we are no Indians man
waaye xam nga foog ñu mayante tuuti rek ñu mun a waxtaan suñu mayante wul rek duñ mun a déggoo you understand da nga xaar bi ma daaneel su ma daaneelee yow nga ñëw you understand sista bi tamit
da nga bari seetaane yow Arms tey daal maa ngi serious Arms
maa la gën a
maa ngi serious de
tey moom nag sa topic bi dafa am solo you know what I mean tey moom duguma fi pour tooñante sax tey duma tooñ kenn tey dama laa baaral you know
ok
waaw mooy li ma wax rek gi nga si kilifa yi la gi nga ñun suñ kilifa yi ni ñu yaree ak yari ni léegi bi du deena dafa utee you understand yow police yooyu noonu nekk Gambia foofu noonu seen liggéey lu mu war a nekk moo nekk rek nii dañ war di patrol si dëkk bi you understand fii si out bi fii nii fii man musuma fee gis koo xam ne nii like kit yow ul mu ngi àndaa mag o yooyu noonu waaye léegi Gambia duñ dee bàyyi xel loolu noonu sax at least soo gisee sax xaleel mu ngi àndaa mag sax laajal mag gi wala nga laaj xale bi kii sa lan la you understand what I mean you know waaye
loolu tax ma ne leen ne pour tooña fu tax force bi suma boy si most of them are ex-cons you know what I mean pour tooña fu tax force lañ
the one part am na feena foo laal boobu noonu ànd naa cee yow because of bari na fa torop you know ñu bari seen kilifa yi ñoo dee tax ñuy dee génna di dem taxawaalu ji because of at the end of the day yaa ngee gis Fatou ngee dawal moto you understand xamuloo ni Fatou amee motoom xamuloo ndax yaayam moo ko jëndal xamuloo ndax papa moo ko jëndal yow jigéen ji yow meer bi da ngaa toog ne waaw Fatou mu ngi dawal moto di yow tam doo mun a def ni ñoom
exactly noonu la fa dee demee exactly
da def loolu noonu da ngaa end up dem jaayi sa boppa you know what I mean xam nga so waruta demee noonu xam nga man daal both sides lay waxee daal kilifa yi ak government bi si boppam because of dañ si war a taxaw because of man taayele am na ku ma doon di waxtaanal mu ne ma ni léegi boori traffic light foofu noonu la keppee dee taxaw ak seen uniforme you understand di am seen kabudu you understand taxaw foofu noonu di waxtaan o yooyu xam nga te time school dañ war a nekk in school you understand fii ban xale nga fi dee gis mu ngi taxawaalu sol uniforme am di taxawaalu si mbedda non doo ko gis man you know so police bi tamit doonu tan seen liggéey la ñoom i tamit xam nga question xale yi xam nga.
But you know what?
Yeah, big time. Lolo, they feel their responsibility, the government.
Obviously, and that's why I wanted to say, especially the police officers, because it's their job to patrol these locations. It's their job to make sure that clubs are checking IDs.
Yes.
So on the 16-year-olds are not in these adult clubs. They need to make sure any place that's selling alcohol should be over 21 years old. That's not being checked. So at the end of the day, the government security forces fault. So and a big case I wanted to touch on was the incident when the older white guy from somewhere in Europe came to Ghana. They caught him with a 9-year-old girl, and what did the government do? They let him go the next day. And let him go catch his flight instead of putting him in jail for rape, right, or for attempted rape or whatever it is. Instead of putting him in jail and trial the guy and mess with him and violate him so that people like him don't come in the country. They didn't do that. What did they do? They let him go catch a flight. But if it was another black person, if it was another dark-skinned person, they're gonna make it the biggest thing ever. So then
a big issue. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what's wrong with us. I don't know if people are so fucking poor. Is it poverty? Like, is that the reason why we're just letting shit fly?
Poverty is a problem in Gambia, especially in Gambia right now at the moment. Poverty is a problem at the moment. You know what I mean? So that's why some of them do anything to make money.
And Winter, you know what we're gonna do?
You know what I mean?
It's Gambia 606.
Gambia, you don't.
Arms, memory. Arms. What we're gonna do is 606. I'm going to City Pop and the other pimp houses in which I know. You know what I mean? To be on air for people to see what's really going on. So my time is up. I gotta go. Negi chagai lai dem tay. Ak Senegambia wane chagai. Ak chaga to nimneke di jail place di dominate sundekabi. You know what I mean? So I love you too. Tay mom, I love you. Tay, I love you. Oh, say Satan yo.
Okay, then you're taking care. You get him, you know.